Whenever you create a web page, if you do not include a font or include a web font, which means the font is loaded somewhere on the internet and you have a link to it, then the font has to be installed on that person's, on the end user's machine, on the person who is viewing the web page. But that can make for some pretty boring web pages because a lot of people don't have a lot of fonts, and you're stuck with Arial and Helvetica and whatever's there. So what if you want to do something a little bit more fancy? Well, both Adobe and Google and probably a lot of other places have web fonts that are available that you can link to jazz up your pages a little bit. So in here I am just looking at fonts.google.com, and if you just Google Fonts, there it is. It pops up right there for you. And so you have all these different cool things that you can pick from. And I do like Google Fonts better than Adobe Fonts. I feel like even though the Adobe fonts are built into the Adobe software, I feel like sometimes they're a little clumsy. So I tend to show Google Fonts instead of Adobe Fonts. Plus, if somebody is by chance using a different HTML editor, these things are always available. So let's say I want to just have a handwriting font available to me. I can go ahead here, and I like this Indie Flower, so I just hit the plus sign, and you can go in here and you can type a different sentence, paragraph, whatever it is you want to see. Yep, I really like the look of that. So now down here at the bottom, you can see there's this little black bar here, and it says family selected when I click on it, and this gives me the information that I can go ahead and copy into that into the top of my page. So if I go back to Dreamweaver here, let's see, I can, I don't want to do it in that one. I have a bunch of JavaScript in there. So I can go in here and do the split. And so it is up here. I have permanent marker in there too. That's what this one is, because I did this one a little bit earlier. So I'm going to paste that. And right now it's complaining because I was using permanent marker in my font family, because I had included that earlier in my Google font link. And it's defaulting to cursive. You can see here my font family, permanent marker, whatever. Going to cursive. So if I go here, I can take my font family. This is a code that is given to me from Google Font. Copy this, Control C. Go back in here. Let's change my font family. And there we go. So now I'm using a font off the internet, and everybody, as long as they're connected to the internet, can see it. And if they're not connected to the internet, the chances of them being able to see my web page are pretty slim.